Obam, Yasharal, first foremost, all praise, Kal Halal, Yahweh Bahasham, Yahweh Shai Bahasham, Racha Kadash, double honor to the elders, apostles of Great Millstone, Shalom, hopefully elect of the Hebrew Israelites. This is Brother Arakia coming back with a quick testimony, alright? So, you gotta be miracle minded in these times. You gotta have that miracle readiness. You see what they're pushing, these race wars, these love vaccine code against your love vaccine code all around. Okay, I also want to get the scripture, second Ezra 15. Let me begin from verse 14. Woe to the world and them that dwell therein, for the sword and their destruction draweth nigh, and one people shall stand up and fight against another, and swords in their hands. You see? So these are the times that it's gonna get hectic. Modern day swords are guns, okay, or knives. So hey, we getting ready for Jacob's trouble, man, in these times. So you gotta pray for that divine guidance, that divine protection, man. For there shall be sedition among men, and invading one another. They shall not regard their kings nor princes, and the course of their actions shall stand in their power. You see that sedition, okay? It's not gonna be peaceful, okay? People not gonna respect the prime ministers, the kings, the presidents. A man shall desire to go into a city and shall not be able. No, 15-minute cities. For because of their pride the cities shall be troubled, the houses shall be destroyed, and men shall be afraid. So doesn't this sound like times that you would wish protection from? Okay, a man shall have no pity upon his neighbor, but shall destroy their houses with the sword, and spoil their goods because of the lack of bread and for great tribulation. Okay, so pretty much what happened, it's not a miracle, yeah, but it reminded me of a miracle that I had looked at my bank statement for the balance, and this was back in Wednesday. Now is Saturday night, late, going into Sunday morning, 2 a.m. But on Wednesday I checked my bank balance, and I was surprised that it was going on. Something wasn't adding up, but I was thinking that, yeah, maybe I was just being careless, overspending on restaurants and stuff like that. And then well, you can say it's a miracle. And I was going to check my, the details more, the transactions that, hey, how is this happening? Because I had made a bet on the Crawford against Canelo fight, and I had bet for Crawford to win. So I won the bet. So what had happened is that when I withdrew the money from the betting website, the withdrew had been failed. Okay, it wasn't, there was some payment error, so the money stayed in the online casino, but I didn't know. I thought the money had came, because I didn't go into the details of my the transactions. I just looked at the bank, the the amount, okay, the amount that's in the bank account, okay, that's what I was looking at, the sum. But then today the spirit was on me to make some bets, casting lots, the scriptures speak about casting lots, okay? And then when I went to the online casino, I just noticed, boom, the money was there from the Crawford Canelo fight. And I was, hey, this is like a miracle, but in reality, yeah, I was careless, but today, as I had already adjusted to the situations that I had financially, but then as I saw that amount in the online casino, that was like out of nowhere. So it's not a miracle, but at the same time, it was a surprise for myself in a positive way, and it brought to mind that there's going to be actual miracles. We're going to be, Lord willing, we of the elect, we're going to be in the wilderness, and you're gonna just be guided through the Spirit to some abandoned house, some remote abandoned house. Maybe you're gonna walk 10 miles, okay, 15 miles. You're just gonna be guided by the Spirit. You don't even know why making right, why you're making the left turn, why you're going straight. You just you're just following the Spirit. You just know, hey, this is where I have to go. And then you find a remote house, and you notice that it's abandoned, and you notice there's food in the fridge, the electricity is still working, and so you just go in, and hey, in the midst of Jacob's trouble, you just out there, and it's remote, mind you, so people just not gonna arrive there, and if they go to power or something, or you're gonna flee, and it's gonna be peaceful with you. Hey, this is the beauty of it, man's going after the Lord, so in the time of Jacob's trouble, the elect gonna be immensely blessed as well. Let's read it here, Isaiah 65:13. Therefore thus saith the Lord Yahweh, behold, my servants shall eat, talking about the elect, but ye shall be hungry. Okay, talking about the Israelites of the non-elect, the wicked. And also a heathen gonna catch hell in the time of Jacob's trouble, man. So it's the trouble for all people. It's also the Esau trouble, because they're gonna go from riches to rags. Okay, behold, my servants shall drink, but ye shall be thirsty. Behold, my servants shall rejoice, but ye shall be ashamed. So the servants of the Lord gonna eat, drink, and rejoice. Okay. Behold, my servants shall sing for joy of heart, but ye shall cry for sorrow of heart, and shall howl for vexation of spirit. Because you see, we're gonna know that this kingdom is collapsed, and now it's the time of trouble, and now we're just waiting for Yahushua to arrive. So it's gonna be so soon that you're gonna almost be able to it's like if you've been running races, for example, I got the 5K, 5 kilometers, 3.1 mile. I raced that 3 times last year, and hey, when it's that final stretch, those final couple 100 meters, you just know that you can already taste the finish line. You're gonna be able to rest, drink water. Hey, that's when it's the time of Jacob's trouble, and we see that the chief has been mandated, and everything has pretty much collapsed, you can say. At that point, we're gonna be in very high spirit, because we're gonna know that Yahushua arrival is really on the final stretch. Now we say, yeah, it's on the final stretch, and it is. Beyond the last days of the last days is coming soon, but the charagma, the Revelation 13:16 hasn't been introduced yet. What I mean by that is it hasn't been globally pushed. super hard. It hasn't been mandated. But in the time of Jacob's trouble is that you're going to be able to sense through the Spirit that Yahushua arrival is just a matter of days. Literal days might be 3 days from here, 7 days, 14 days. Man, we cannot say that right now. Now we have to say it's a matter of months or maybe a couple of years. But it's gonna be that maybe 2 days, maybe 4 more days, maybe 8 more days, something like this. Let's see. So that's what the servants gonna sing for joy of heart. You see. So this is why we're striving for. Okay, because we waiting for Yahushua. Okay, this is why we keeping on pushing. This is why we, through the Spirit, rise back up every single time we fall. Okay. There's another scripture. Well, it was there. Destruction and famine, thou shalt laugh. Neither shalt thou be afraid of the beasts of the earth. Job chapter 5, verse 22. Yeah. At destruction and famine thou shalt laugh, neither shalt thou be afraid of the beasts of the earth. Yeah, man. And let me link it up with 2 Ezra 15 and 5. Behold, said the Lord, I will bring plagues upon the worlds, the sword, famine, death, and destruction. But at destruction and famine, we're gonna laugh because we're gonna be guided. So we're not gonna be afraid of the beasts of the earth. You're gonna have the fucking beasts devouring these Edomites, these wickets of the 2/3 of our people, these heathens. But they get gonna be good, man. And Lord willing, I'm included of the number and all the sincere Akim out there, man. Let us endure. And let us be miracle minded, let us be ready for these different miracles. The scriptures is full of examples of miracles, of spiritual powers. Angels bringing food, birds bringing food. This all that we ready for. Okay, miracles. So they have faith. Okay, Yeshua. So Lord willing, this video was edifying, quick testimony. Let's be miracle minded. On to the next one. Double honors to the elders apostles of Great Millstone. All praise Yahweh Bashim Yahushai. Bashamar Chak Dash. Shalom to the elect.